If you're not exactly finding fulfillment in what you're doing at the moment, is not equal to jumping out of it without a plan. Because sometimes when we are listening to people who are talking about purpose and stuff, and they say it in a way that sounds like, oh, if you're not enjoying it, maybe that's not your purpose, or maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing. And because of that, we just jump out of where we are and just jump to the street. You know, we've heard quite a number of stories from entrepreneurs who are like, well, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just working in maybe the bank and I didn't know what next to do. But I just had this dissatisfaction within me. I now just resigned. I went home after thinking for some time. Yes, if what you're doing now does not give you an opportunity to find who you are, then that might be a pointer to, okay, I need to pull back, I need to drop it. But if it's not even yet filling your time, it's just occupying possibly your 9 to 5, and then you still have your morning up to 9 a.m. to yourself, at least you transport yourself to work, you have that 4 hours to you are doing whatever you want with that time, with your phone or with your other gadgets, or whatever. I don't know how you get to work if you work. And if you don't work, in fact, it makes it more fantastic, because now you seem to have 4 hours to sit with yourself and find out who you are, and then do much more. So the how that you find yourself is not equal to, I'm jumping out from where I'm doing now because I'm on a quest to self-discovery. Yes, you need to go on the quest to self-discovery, but it's not equal to jumping out of the boat that you are in now. If nothing, the place you are in now will currently give you some sort of income. There are people you have met working or living in that area that you probably wouldn't have met. Experiences you have learned that you probably wouldn't have learned. Sometimes we look at it from, oh, I need to have left this level and I'm not supposed to be interacting with this kind of people anymore. We're looking at the people around us as, oh, they are beneath me, I need to go higher. The truth is that the experiences of those people who we say are beneath us are not also equal to the experiences of people who are above us. So I want you to see your daily interactions as opportunities to gather wealth of experience, opportunities to gather, a whole lot of income from the people you know, from the relationship you have. Because tomorrow, if you need, for example, a plumber or a carpenter, your carpenter is not definitely the MD CEO of that big company that you're looking at who is your mentor. The carpenter is most likely this guy somewhere who is probably one of the people you think is beneath you. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, So as we go in life, we need to be intentional about how we're living, how we're dealing with the people that we are dealing with. And then we need to ensure that consistently we are searching for the fulfillment in what we are doing. Sometimes the people around us remain around us because we are supposed to be some sort of encouragement to them so that they have people to look up to. The same way you're looking up to a set of people and you feel, this person is a good mentor, this person is someone that I want to emulate, this person is someone that I want to go after. That's the same way, you could be in a particular environment as well, where there are still some children, some teenagers, some young adults who are just holding on to you and like, you are giving me a reason to hope and dream and all of those kind of things. If you have never experienced what I'm talking about, I could probably take you back to when you did your NYSC, if you have already served, and you remember those children in that community who looked like maybe they didn't really understand the value of education until they met you and they started interacting with you and all of that. It is in all of this process and seeming uncomfortable interactions that we actually find ourselves. So I need to tell you, finding yourself is not equal to dropping all and doing nothing else. Finding yourself is remaining where you are, coming up with a plan as to how I'm going to transition to the place that I feel like it's of high self-discovery. And I want to add this at this point, I'm a Christian and all that I do is based on, God's word and how He constantly reveals Himself to me. And Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 actually says that they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And what I get from that scripture is that it's not just about I'm waiting on the Lord and I'm doing nothing. Because we are in a very religious society, Nigeria, Africa as a whole, and then all of us are like, oh, I'm very religious, so I go to church, I go to mosque, and then we do nothing. We say, oh, we cry out, or we do vigils and all of those kind of things that we keep putting together, believing that is what will count. No, that is not all that counts. Yes, praying to God is important, but as you wait upon the Lord, you are renewing your strength. Someone is strength renewed, isn't working. And then it says, you will mount up with wings, I speak as an eagle, you will run and not be weary, you will walk and not faint. That looks like someone who is getting really busy with what it has to do. And that person has to be you. Okay? So I mentioned earlier that you need to go on a quest for self-discovery. You need to pursue yourself until you find yourself. Now, this is one thing that nobody else can do for you. It's like there's a treasure hidden in the ground, and it's a treasure that you, even though you are the treasure, you need to find your way as the treasure out of that ground. That is exactly what self-discovery sounds like. Okay, so it is one step after another, one dig after another, one layer after another, and you must keep digging and digging. For some of us, we've done quite a lot, done several things, and we're like, I've done a lot. All of these things you're saying to me sound like what I've been doing over and over. I need something else. Well, I want to tell you that if you find out something or discovered one thing that is not you, it is a step closer to finding who you are. So obviously you can say, out of all the options in the world, I have already tried this number of options and I'm sure that is not me. You're way better than the person who is just sitting down, waiting and doing nothing and saying, oh, there's nothing about my life, I'm just waiting for something. Okay? So one way that I'm going to also add to how do you find yourself is take full responsibility. Take full responsibility of digging you out. Take full responsibility of finding who you are. And this actually starts in your mind. I need you to know today, hopefully you know before now, but I need to say it again, that you are responsible for your life and nobody is responsible for you. Whoever you are, however young or old you are responsible for yourself. Your life is your responsibility. And nobody else should be, in charge of you like you should take charge of you. Not because they can't offer assistance here and there, but this is your responsibility. This is your job to do. This is your assignment to dig out. And you have absolute control of your life. You have absolute control to make a success of your life. So I want to tell you that if you think you're not successful, then it is because you have not made yourself success. You need to get off that mindset of, it's because daddy was not there for me. Oh, my mom died when I was still 6. Oh, that my uncle, even though he's so rich and he lives in America, he never sends anything home. Oh, I was sent out of school in SS1 and that's why this is happening. Oh, it's because of that guy that jilted me. I mean, there's so many other things that we just say, but you are responsible for your emotions. You're responsible for your life. You're responsible for your success. You're responsible for your actions. You're responsible for your reactions. You're responsible for your failure. And when your success comes, you are responsible for your success. At the same time, nobody can celebrate your success more than you do. But then when we are not doing well, why do we not think that is somebody else's responsibility? One of the reasons why we don't seem to find ourselves is because we always keep pushing it to somebody else. Oh, daddy didn't do that. Oh, this person didn't do this. Oh, it's because of Nigerian citizen. Oh, it's because I'm an African. Oh, the government of Nigeria. Oh, the economy. No, you are responsible and you need to take responsibility, okay? And then I want to assure you that you're also able to do it. Stop looking at your disadvantage. Stop looking at the things that have never worked out or didn't work out in the past. Stop looking at yourself from a disadvantaged point of view. You are able to do this. You are, up to this task, okay? Stop giving the ruler of your life to stories on the net, circumstances, things you read up on Twitter. No. And if you came here with the intention that, hey, yippee, SDJ is gonna help me find me, well, this is it. You are responsible. You need to find you for you. I can just give some form of guidance, but this responsibility is yours. okay? And everything that you want to know or everything that you need to know, you can actually find it yourself. So this is to tell you that you are responsible for this design, and the way that you can find yourself is for you to take full responsibility of this design. And if you're here listening to me and you're a graphic designer, you can understand it very well. You don't start designing with the mindset that you are probably an architect and you want to draw a design, an architectural design. You take responsibility of it. Okay, you're an artist, you're painting, you're drawing. The same way, this is the plan for your life. This is you wanting to write a beautiful story out of your life. Okay, and design has to first of all happen in your mind, and after design happens in your mind, then you step to that position where it starts becoming manifest in your actions, your reactions, and obviously your results. Okay. Number 2, after taking responsibility, you need to decide what you want to do and then do it. I mean, you're in control, right? So decide this is what I want to do, and do it. There is an inner compass in everybody. Every single person has an inner compass. The problem is that some people have learned to trust their inner compass, while some other people are busy second and third guessing themselves. You shouldn't second and third guess yourself. That inner compass is leading you and directing you in that particular direction. Go ahead and decide, make a decision. You've been going back and forth on this thing for 6 months, and then the whole COVID-19 lockdown started. Now you've been making the COVID-19 excuse. Now we are in it for another few weeks or days or whatever. Things are not yet back to normal. Excuse me, things are never going to be normal. There's never going to be the best day to do something. Today is the day to decide. Decide and then do it.